And then there's Epcot. How do we explain Epcot?
And I think, yeah, I want to sniff some Disney.
You don't want to spend your whole 14 days of Disney World, for example. 14 days. I'm assuming you're going 14 days because it's so much fun.
Yeah, there it is.
Maybe that's a little bit much, because when we say that, they're like, what? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Did you know that Walt Disney World is the size of San Francisco?
No.
It is. So if you think that just because you like theme parks and you've been to Disneyland Paris or another Disney park, that you can just wing Disney World, think again.
Yes.
In this video we are going to prepare you for Walt Disney World. Hi, my name is Rike.
Hi, my name is Mark and you are watching Magical Vacation Guide.
Before we begin the video,
subscribe to the channel.
Because we make a lot of content about Disney parks, mostly about Disneyland Paris, but for this summer vacation we decided to go to Walt Disney World. We have been here now for the third time, and this time for over 14 days.
Yeah, you hear it right. And 14 days.
And we didn't even get to do everything here. It is that big. And we are going to tell you everything to get you started on your Walt Disney World vacation.
You might think this is Walt Disney World. Oh, you think it's wrong. This is only Magic Kingdom, one of the 4 parks here in Walt Disney World resorts. And 4 parks, yes, that is what I say. 4 parks. You have Magic Kingdom, you have Hollywood Studios, you have Animal Kingdom, and you have Epcot. And we are gonna make videos about all the 4 parks. And even that is not enough for Disney. There are also 2 water parks, Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. We don't cover that one, but we have some footage from that. And almost I forgot, the most important one is the shopping one. Springs, where you can buy all your merchandise and you can eat all the different flavors, and there's so much more fun to see here in Disney World. Even if you are not a guest of the hotels, you can also enter more than 25 hotels of Disney World himself.
Before we go into the preparing, we wanted to explain a little bit about every park. Like we said, we are going to make a separate videos about each of the 4 main parks, and there's also 2 water parks. So Magic Kingdom is where your favorite fairy tales come to life. It is the main park, and it really looks the most like we know from Disneyland Paris. There's also Hollywood Studios. If you are a true fan of Star Wars or Toy Story, you should definitely go there. And it is all about the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, with a lot of high quality shows and even an Indiana show where you get to see the behind the scenes stunts. Then you have Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is where nature's wonders is combined with Disney magic. It is something that I've never heard about anything in the whole world. It is a zoo combined with a theme park, but in a very, very good way. You can experience and wonder about the lives of the animals while also getting that adrenaline kick. And then there's Epcot. How do we explain Epcot? Epcot is a park like nothing else that you can ever imagine. It was Walt's personal dream to make Epcot come a reality. It is a park where it showcases new technologies, innovations, and cultural differences. It is known for its foods and its drinks. Maybe you've heard about snacking or drinking around the world. And there are also amazing rides, which we are going to show you in the other video about Epcot. Then there are also 2 water parks. There's Typhoon Lagoon and there's Blizzard Beach, just like Mark explained. So Blizzard Beach is the park that it's like where a snowstorm fell in the park. So it's pretty hot in Florida, but because of the snowstorm it gets really nice, well, theming to it. You can go on the slides, which is like a ski slope, and there is Christmas music. It is an experience. And Typhoon Lagoon is the moment just after a huge storm where everything just calmed down and laid down. There is even a ship and amazing waves, the biggest waves I have ever seen. So now you know a little bit about the parks in Disney World. We are going to get you prepared for them.
Enter the park is also an experience on its own. You need a valid ticket on your mobile phone or a Magic Band Plus, or you need a card you can get at the entrance. But you need to scan the card, your phone or your Magic Band Plus, plus you need a fingerprint. That's entering here in the parks. But you can make it easier for everyone, and that's our tip. Let your little kids scan the Magic Band and put your own finger on it. It's allowed for most of the time, and you make it much easier and to go in the parks with your whole family.
I want to prepare you a little bit from traveling from Europe, because there are a couple of things you need. You are going to travel to another continent, so what you need to know. If you travel through MCO, which is the Orlando International Airport where Disney is from, you'll travel for 9 to 15 hours by plane. Doesn't matter where you're from in Europe, maybe it's a little bit longer, maybe it's a little bit shorter, but definitely keep an eye on 9 to 15 hours. There's also a time difference. If we just look at Paris, it is a 6-hour time difference. So when it's 12 o'clock here, it is 6 o'clock in the evening in Paris. Like 12 o'clock in the midday, 6 o'clock in Paris. So that's a pretty big time difference. The advantage of it is when you go, the jet lag will be less. When you go back, it will be a lot more. Also, you need to have an ESTA if you are here, which is like papers for customs to actually go into the country. You need to fill in the ESTA application. We are going to put where we're going to put it in the description on where to find the ESTA, how to apply for it and everything. It is pretty intuitive, so it's not very hard, but you need to be concentrated and you need to have your data on where you work, your contacts from your home country. You need to have that prepared. And don't apply to the ESTA like 3 days before. ESTA is, I think, like a year. It has, when you once have the ESTA, you can use it for a year. 2 years? For that, well, you have to give up a time period and you have to give up the hotel addresses, so I don't know. But if you do it 3 days before you leave and it is denied, you have a big problem. You have a big money problem, but you maybe have also other problems if you don't get into the country. If you're on the airport and you're like, oh yeah, my stuff's declined, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Like, no, the American customs don't like those kind of jokes. Don't make jokes in front of the American customs, like really bad dad jokes or something, because it is a very serious process. Look it up if something may has tension for you, or you know what I mean. I don't want to go into a lot of political things, but you know what I mean. For most people, it's just fine. It is really fine. Just do it on time and prepare yourself and speak the truth, and don't make jokes in front of the customs. They really don't like it. You also need a world plug. It's 110 volts. You can buy them at any store or online. They also have a lot of USB-A plugs around the hotel, and I've also seen like USB-C plugs. But always prepare yourself, get that world plug in. And what you also need for the United States is a credit card. You cannot pay with a debit card anywhere. I mean, only at the ATMs on official places like Central Plaza, but you don't want to rely on just money, you know, like just dollars. You need to have that credit card. Otherwise, you just can't do anything. You cannot pay for anything. And if you're you're going to just Walt Disney World, there's an easy way to get here, which is through the transfer that Walt Disney World offers. It costs a little bit, but it costs way less than a taxi, and it brings you to your hotel. So you have like this transfer bus from the company Mears. We also like to call Mears when we go somewhere else than Disney World. And you go with other guests from other resorts, so they don't bring you to your resort immediately. And when you go back, you get like a time frame, and it can be like 5 hours before your flight leaves. They do it depending on your flight time. And yeah, that's transfer. It's really easy, it's convenient, and it's not as much as a cab.
I hear thinking, Mark, how long do I stay here at Walt Disney World, or how long do I take to see the parks? It is different to be here for a trip or for a stay, a big stay. And if you want to see every park single, you need 2 days per park at least to see everything. If you think I'm here in a neighbor for a trip and I think, yeah, I want to sniff some Disney, yeah, you can do it every park in 1 day, but you can't see everything. And what the perk is with multiple days is the price drops very fast. When you go for a 40-day ticket, the price will half with a 1 day ticket. And the multiple per day, yeah. That's very important, per day. So if you ask me, and we did it very slow, and we had vacation vibes and relaxed. We did it a 40-day trip, and we did a half-day parks, half-day swimming, and we did an evening show. So we did it very slow, and we loved it. 40 days is the way to go if you are on a vacation. Very important. American is a little bit different to Paris, because you can see behind me they are sitting on the ground and they are waiting for the parade. The parade is in an hour and a half?
1.5.
1.5 hour, I think. But we're sitting here, I think, an hour before that. So they are preparing very, very, very early for the parade that's coming.
Yeah, but it's a new parade.
Yeah, but I see it also with the old parades and also with the fireworks shows. They are very, very, very early with preparing and sitting for a good spot. Just be prepared of that.
But I want to add to something.
Yeah.
And that is with the fireworks, the happily ever after fireworks.
Yes.
Is that in Paris, it depends on which spot you are, what you can see.
Yes,
but
yes.
here
Luckily
it's less.
here in Disney World, in Magic Kingdom, the ground is going up to Main Street instead of going down. So you can see everything on the castle and you can see the fireworks. And if you want a less crowded spot and see only the fireworks, go behind the castle. You can find sometimes some characters who are dancing under the fireworks with you. Here behind me you can see the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is one of the popular attractions here in Magic Kingdom. And a popular attraction means a long queue. And the queue can go up to 70 or more minutes. And that means you want to skip that line and enter the attractions behind everyone. So Disney has made something, and it's called Lightning Lane. And you have 3 different kinds of Lightning Lane. You have the single pass Lightning Lane, you have the multi-pass Lightning Lane, and you have the premium pass Lightning Lane. The premium pass is the most expensive one, where you can go in every attraction when you want, once time on 1 day. Per park. You have to buy it per park, yeah. And the multi-lane pass is a different one. Yeah, they made categories of A attractions, B attractions, C attractions. So you may make a reservation in a time frame in an A attraction once, and you make a reservation once in a B attraction, and when your time frame is over and you did the attraction, you can make a new reservation in another time frame for another attraction, or even the same. The other one, the single lightning pass, is a pass you can buy for one attraction when you want go to the attraction, and you stand there and think, oh no, this queue is too long for me, let's buy for this one, this particular one.
Here's another tip for you regarding food, because Disney World is so big. There's also a lot of options to choose from food-wise. You don't want to spend your whole 14 days of Disney World, for example, 14 days. I'm assuming you're going 14 days because it's so much fun. You don't want to end up eating them hot dogs, hamburgers, and you don't have to, because there are so many options to choose from. But it takes some preparation because there is so much. There are three kinds of ways. There are three ways to eat. There's snacking, there's quick service, and there is a sit-down service. For sit-down service, you can make a reservation in the restaurants, in the parks, springs, in the hotels, or everything in between. For hotel guests, you can do that Disney hotel guests, you can do that up to 90 days prior to your arrival date, or 90 days prior to the date that you want to make the reservation for. And for not Disney hotel guests, you can do that 60 days prior. There's also quick service, which is just a counter service restaurants, and it's just not just hot dogs and hamburgers. I had the most amazing noodle in Chantilly Canteen in Animal Kingdom. Definitely watch that video because I'm going to tell you a lot more about it. And there are also a lot of snacks. I'm not necessarily a type A planner. I need my flexibility, so what I did is that I had a notes app on my phone, and whenever I saw a YouTube video, social media video, whatever, I just saved it on that notes app, categorized it, and then I was like, oh okay, I'm hungry or I'm feeling this. I would just go through my notes app and I was like, oh, there it is. Also, another tip for you regarding food is mobile order. I don't see it happening enough in the parks. I mean, why not? We did it the whole vacation, never stood in line for food. We just mobile ordered it, sat down, and then we just waited until our food was ready. And then we could pick it up at the counter. No more waiting in line. And if you connect your credit card to your Walt Disney World app, it is very easy because it takes account into your credit card, so you don't have to go to the counter and pay. And if you have a dining plan, it just writes it off, which is also very handy and new from the last visit that we've been to. So definitely mobile order. If you're going to Walt Disney World with your kids, that's amazing. But there are a couple of things that you need to prepare for. For one thing, is the time difference. There's a 6-hour time difference, and you just had a long plane flight where they maybe have slept a little bit worse. There's also the heat. Some things are just worth melting for, and one of those things is Disney. But you need to keep it cool down and chill. But if you don't want to have your kids ending up having tantrums all vacation long, you need to cool down. What I would do if I were a parent, I'm not a parent so I can decide, but this is what I would do. The first day you are here, take a resort day. Let them adjust to the climate, let them adjust to the time difference, make them catch up some sleep that they didn't have on the plane. And there's so much Disney magic on the Disney resorts. Maybe not on the partner resorts, we don't know, but on the Disney resorts, you can still meet characters there. There's a lot of animation going on, and you can just relax by the pool. Don't worry about the Disney magic on the resorts if you are staying in a Disney resort. And the day after, then go to the parks. To extend on that kid story, I mean, we are just going by 2 adults, but still we have a usual way of living here. So the first thing we do in the morning is rope drop. Rope drop is something different than what you're used to from Disneyland Paris. Rope dropping is not being at the entrance at the opening time, but being there like 45 to 30 minutes before, because you can walk through the park and you can stand in line of an attraction before the opening time. After rope drop, you can do a couple of other attractions, and normally we go back to our resort to chill by the pool and to relax, because the heat, I mean, I said it a lot, the heat of Florida is something else. Relax by the pool, swim a little bit, and then go back to do a couple of more attractions and see the nighttime parades, fireworks, or whatsoever. Animal Kingdom is a little bit different because that park closes mostly pretty early, so we do that mostly all day. But the other parks, that's how we like to do it, just because we are on vacation. I am pretty overstimulated too here. It's amazing, but there's so much to do and to see and experience. I also want to talk to you about the cultural differences between Europeans and Americans, because there are a few. You may have a view about Americans, about how they are on social media. I wanted to give a more balanced view on that. So the biggest difference is what we both said is the tipping culture here. After a meal, or even sometimes after a counter service outside of Disney World. In Disney World we didn't see that, but outside Disney World they will ask for a tip. A normal tip to give is 20% of the total sum of what you have spent. It is a common thing. If you are not very satisfied with their service, you can go a little bit less with 15%, and if you are really happy about service, maybe 25%, but that is within the normal range. You can give no tip, but honestly they probably will harass you on why you haven't given any tip. It is just so common and it's part of the culture. So when you're budgeting your Disney World and America trip, definitely keep in account the tipping culture. Oh, and there's also another thing with billing that you need to, with the budgeting, is that when they have a price for a piece of merchandise or something in the grocery store, they will include, or something to eat, they will include the tax or the VAT afterwards. So you might go to the dollar store, purchase something from $1 and pay $1.07, for example. That happens here. It's just very common. And about the social aspect about the Americans, I think the Americans are very friendly and very accommodating. Maybe they can feel like a little much, but they are not. They are just so accommodating, and they have, well, the angry Karens that you see on social media, they don't, I've only seen it like once on the bus, but it doesn't happen very often, like almost none, just like as much as in Europe. But they are very friendly, very accommodating. They want something, for example, if they give you like a paid service, they expect a tip for that, but it's not how I feel from a place that it's not their truth. They really want to help you, but they also want to benefit. Those things can coexist here. But they are so friendly. Whenever you ask a cast member something, they are happy to help you, so accommodating. I love going here. When they ask you, and also when they ask you, how are you? Hey, how are you? They are not asking for your life story, by the way. They're just saying hi. That's their way of saying hi. You can answer with, fine, thank you, how are you? Maybe that's a little bit much, because when we say that, they're like, what? Oh, okay. You know, that's how they do. But just say, fine, thank you, and then just go on. But I think the Americans mostly, just like Europeans mostly, are very nice, very accommodating. I always felt very helped, especially in Disney. The cast members, they deserve an award for how helpful they are. They are always so enthusiastic, and they're always so passionate, and they always love to share their stories and their tips and everything they know with you. So definitely make use of it. I think that Disney World is a very safe place for a European to go. Really, it just has it all. If for the pass is not included into your stay, definitely consider buying it. It is pretty pricey, but honestly you get so much worth for your money. We've made a Disneyland Paris video about it, if it's worth your money, but here it definitely is, because you do not only have access to your attraction photos, there are also a lot of photo opportunities like these. There are simple ones in front of the castle or in front of the iconic statues, but also these creative photo ops like with Maleficent's wand. We have done a couple, they also have magic effects, definitely worth your money.
I hear thinking, what is the Magic Band? The Magic Band is one of the things you can get and use here in Walt Disney World. And what does it do? You can enter the parks with it. You can open your hotel room if you are staying at a Disney World resort. And you also can get the photos from the photo pass on it. If you connect your credit card to the account of Walt Disney World, you also can pay with it, so you don't need your credit card in your pocket. You can also tap it, you put your little PIN code in and you can buy it. We don't recommend it to do it a lot, because Disney make reservations most of the time, and after 5 days or something they will get the whole money in once off your credit card. So you have a reservation of 60 euros and they took 60 euros off, so your credit card is thinking you are spending 120 euros or dollars, so you get
they reduce that from your...
Yeah, after your trip they reduce the reservation and there's nothing on hand, but on that time it's very hard. I say Magic Band, there is also a Magic Band Plus. A Magic Band Plus has some lights on it if it wanted to do. Yeah, there it is. And that means you can do everything extra. So we're doing a show or standing in nearby a character like that, the golden statues, you can swipe with your hand and you hear some talking about something from Pinocchio here, or Fragment in Epcot, or Hakuna Matata's and Timon and Pumbaa in Animal Kingdom, and so there are more than 50 statues around all those 4 parks. During the parade, fireworks of other shows, they will light up and they will also buzz, like zooming feeling is. So it's dark now, and that means we are on the end of our video.
We are wait, that's not good.
Yes, that's it.
It's been a long and fun day here at Disney World.
Yeah, it's a long and fun stay here in Disney World.
But that's also because we have prepared ourselves. You don't need to be a type A planner or obsessive with planning. You can have that flexibility. Please use that flexibility. But
keep in mind, you can sometimes do everything when you need the flexibility.
Prepare yourself, we have the flexibility, and remember what Mark said, you cannot do everything here. There is just too much to do. Even if you're staying here for a month, you cannot do everything. So you always have a reason to come back.
Oh, I was thinking, where's the castle? Here.
Here's the castle. But now we're going to see the nighttime parade, and after that the fireworks here at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And tomorrow,
but on the other side.
And tomorrow we might go to a different park, because who can tell? There is just so much to do here in Walt Disney World. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel,
because there are coming some videos about every park we visited.
And we even went to Universal.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we love to see you in another video. And now we're going to enjoy the rest of our night here at Walt Disney World. Bye!
Bye bye!